Hello friends, so today I'll be discussing with you about preparation of mechanical engineering optional for the civil services examination and the forest service examination. My name is Vaibhav Srivastav and I have secured All India rank 1 in the Indian Forest Service examination for the year 2017, and I have secured rank 98th in the civil services examination for the same year, and I'll be joining as IAS. My optional in both the papers, in both the examinations, was mechanical engineering. My second optional for IFS exam was forestry. So we'll first discuss about the preparation strategy and what to do, what not to do, the book list, the test series, the coaching, etc. required or not for the civil services examination and the forest service examination for the mechanical engineering paper. Friends, whenever we start the preparation for these examinations, for the civil services or the forest service examination, civil services examination specifically, the first doubt which everyone has is whether to take a technical optional or not. Now the choice of optional depends on a lot of factors. There are certain pros and certain cons associated with taking a technical optional, and vice versa for taking a humanities optional, which probably would not be your background or your graduation subject while you did your graduation. Now the certain positives associated with the technical papers, technical optionals, for example mechanical engineering or mathematics or physics or chemistry for that matter, are these. The first one is that the paper is pretty much objective in nature. Objective in the sense that there is only one right answer for the question which is being asked. Now since the answer is usually is largely very constrained or very subjective, very objective, the answer that you write, if you write the right answer, then you would probably get rewarded with decent marks, and there is a certainty associated with it. So the same certainty results in the overall score as well. So whereas the other optionals like geography or public administration or other optionals, other humanities optional, see their scores vary from one end to the other, from one extreme to the other in subsequent years, the scores in technical optionals are fairly stagnant or fairly fixed based on the way you have attempted the paper. So if you have attempted the paper correctly, you are most likely to end up with a decent score. And since the paper is objective in nature, if you have solved the entire paper correctly, which takes a lot of effort and a lot of preparation, but if you have been able to do that, you should be able to expect a very good score, and which is proven by the marks of candidates selected in the successive years. So this is one big positive with respect to the technical optional. The other positives are a general familiarity. So since I am a mechanical engineer, for me familiarity with mechanical engineering was a great bonus, and hence taking mechanical engineering was pretty much an obvious choice. The only thing is the syllabus is extremely vast, which we will cover in the cons. Also friends, the level of difficulty of questions asked in the examination is largely of the level of your graduation questions, and pretty much similar to that or probably one notch higher than that. As far as the toughness levels in the Indian Forest Service examination and the Civil Services examination is concerned, the Indian Forest Service examination paper of mechanical engineering, I personally found it to be tougher than that of the Civil Services examination. But then that again depends a lot on practice, and the level of questions is largely of the same level as your graduation papers, which again is a big bonus because you have already cleared your graduation subjects and graduation exams, and there is a general level of familiarity with the kind of examination or with the kind of questions as well. These are some of the positives, and these are some of the reasons why people generally choose the mechanical engineering or any technical optional for that matter. The cons associated with the subject also deserve special mention. First of all, since the syllabus is extremely vast, consider 4 years of engineering, all the questions, all the syllabus associated with that being covered in 2 papers alone. So that takes a lot of preparation, a lot of revision, a lot of remembering formulas etc. to be done, and reproducing all of that in the examination could actually get tricky. Hence, the level of preparation required is also of a higher order as compared to other optionals. Therefore, the amount of time that you would be able to devote for your general studies preparation would similarly be less. Hence, you will have to make a judicious choice whether to take a technical optional or to take a humanities optional. Another point to be noted here is that in the recent years, a lot of humanities optionals have also been getting decent scores. Earlier, with a lot of effort, if you have covered your entire syllabus of your technical optional and you have done extensive practice, you could be assured of a very good score, and therein you could create a difference with respect to everyone else who is writing this examination. But now, since the humanities optionals also are able to fetch a decent score, this difference is sort of getting bridged up. These are some of the aspects which you need to take care, and on the basis of your own strengths and weaknesses and your own assessment of or your own strategy with respect to the examination, you need to decide your optional subject. Now, the real reason why I opted for this paper, I opted for mechanical engineering as my optional, was slightly different. I absolutely enjoyed studying mechanical engineering, and I knew for a fact that I'd be able to cover the entire syllabus without getting bored. I'll be able to revise it a couple of times, even if I'm not feeling very motivated, or even if I'm feeling frustrated. This general interest in the subject is what made me choose mechanical engineering over other optionals. Also, I felt that as far as other humanities optionals are concerned, I'd probably not be able to write as good answers as I can write answers in mechanical engineering. That's a different story, that in general studies you have to write answers in humanities optionals, but my personal choice was to go ahead with mechanical engineering, devote a lot of time, cover the syllabus really well, even if that came at the cost of covering my general studies, essays and ethics papers. So this is about why or how you should take a decision of going with a technical optional or a humanities optional. I hope this will give you some idea on how to decide your optional in the civil services examination. Friends, now we move on to the detailed preparation strategy for the mechanical engineering subject. The entire subject has been divided into two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 2 is largely about thermal engineering, and paper 1 is about other subjects like manufacturing science, general design courses and industrial engineering. I'll take you through a detailed overview of a detailed strategy of what all books to refer, what all notes to refer, what all papers to practice, so on and so forth, for each of the topics in the two papers. But before that, we will cover some of the general aspects with respect to the preparation. I think the first step towards preparing mechanical engineering should be to cover the theory aspect. And even before that, the step 0 should be to understand what kind of questions are asked in the mechanical engineering papers. So, to get a hang of what kind of questions have been asked in the previous year papers, you need to go through all the previous year papers of, let's say, last 10 to 15 years and understand for yourself, for every single topic, what kind of questions are being asked, in what detail and in what depth each and every single topic needs to be studied. Once you are thorough with that, once you have a basic understanding of that, you should start your preparation, you should start your studies. The first step should be to cover the theory aspects from the basic standard books or notes available. After you are done with the theory aspect of it, straight away start practicing numericals. The first step should be to practice numericals of solved examples given in the standard textbooks. Once you have practiced the solved examples, which is the second stage, the third stage should be to practice all the previous year questions. So, the one thing which helped me the most in preparing for this examination was, preparing for these two for the mechanical engineering papers, was the solution of the previous year questions. I had made a list of, I had pasted every single question that was asked in the last 15 years on every A4 sheet. On one A4 sheet I had one question and I categorized them according to all the subjects, and based on that I had solved extensively and tried to form my own previous year solutions of last 15 to 20 years. Now this is something which helped me understand two things. One, the kind of questions which UPSC asked in mechanical engineering paper, and two, the kind of depth or the areas which I needed to cover as far as the diverse syllabus of mechanical engineering is concerned. So this way you should try to strategize your entire preparation. After you are done with all of this, you should try and practice the previous year questions in an exam format, just like you are practicing it in an exam. Towards this end, test series could also be of help, but it's not really necessary. If you do not want to enroll and if you want to rely on solving the previous year questions, I think that could help too. After you are done with the previous year question solutions, the next step could be to solve the solved examples of another textbook of the subjects wherein you are facing difficulty. And the last step should be revision. You have to do extensive revision. I think for this examination, after having done the syllabus twice, you should be able to revise the syllabus once and another one time right before the examination. So two detailed readings of the syllabus and two detailed practice of the previous year questions and the solved examples plus two revisions is what I would recommend if you are taking this optional. Also friends, the choice of the book list should be very narrow and should be very standard. There are topics which do require multiple books to be referred, but for all the other topics or for all the other subjects for which one single standard book could be enough, try to ensure that you are following that one single standard book. Besides all of this, making notes is extremely crucial in this paper, especially in the technical papers, because the syllabus is such that if you do not make notes of your own, or if you have not referred the same notes over and over again, it's a very high possibility that you would forget the entire part or the entire details or whatever you have read in quick successions. If you have made notes on your own, revision becomes extremely easy. Friends, my preparation was such that even 15 days before the examination, whatever new topics I had read, I had invested time in making notes. I agree that in the beginning, making notes does take time, but at an overall level, in the long term, making notes definitely saves a lot of time. Friends, I have shared all my notes, every note that I had made till date for mechanical engineering and all the solutions of previous 20-year questions on my blog. You can probably check that out. The name of the blog is hazaronquestionaisi.wordpress.com, and you can check this blog and it's all freely available. You can download the previous year solutions as well as my notes, which could give you a reference on how to prepare notes. Also, you should prepare one set of detailed notes for theory revision and one set of notes for a short formula sheet for every topic, which you can revise just before the examination or whenever you have difficulty in recollecting the formulas. Friends, now we will go to the book list for each of the papers of mechanical engineering. Starting with the paper 1, the first topic is mechanics of engineering mechanics. This paper can be studied from, there is one web course of NPTEL, you can refer that will give you a basic overview. But largely everyone is aware of the theory in this regard. It requires a little bit of practice, so the previous year question practice should be enough for this particular topic. The next topic is mechanics of deformable bodies, or also known as strength of materials. This can be referred from a lot of Indian authors' books. For example, B. Singh is a good book. Sadhu Singh is a good book for that. One book that I referred, which was by a professor from my own college, by Dr. Bhavi Katti, that is also a very good book. You can refer that. So these books, one of these books could be your standard go-to source. Besides this, Theory of machines is a very vast topic. It can be studied either from Khurmi or from Rattan. No need to do both, and standard examples of both these textbooks are very nice. Besides this, manufacturing science needs to be covered from a variety of sources based on the kind of questions asked. I had referred the books by Mr. Swadesh Singh, by Mr. P.N. Rao, both the volumes of the same, and I had referred to NPTEL sources a lot based on the detailed specific topics to be referred. This again you can also find on my blog. I have listed the detailed book list of the same. Besides this, the industrial management topic is also one very broad topic. For this topic, I had referred to this book called Ravi Shankar, and I had used internet in great detail. Besides this, another standard textbook for operations research by Hira Gupta is another very good book which you can refer for this topic, and NPTEL of course comes in as a handy source for whatever topic you cannot find in all these books. And the list of topics you should be able to get from the research that you have done on the previous year questions, which I had detailed a few minutes ago. So this is about paper 1. Paper 2 starts with thermodynamics. One very good book for theoretical understanding is by Yunus Sengel and Bowles. Besides this, P.K. Nag is a very good source for the derivations, for the solved examples, and for the theory portions that is asked in the examination. Besides this, there is no other particular source for covering the thermodynamics portion. This portion, the thermodynamics also accounts for a lot of questions in the examination. So I would suggest to be thorough with at least P.K. Nag, and wherever you are having issues in conceptual understanding, you may refer Sengel and Bowles. The topics on compressible flows, there is one very concise chapter in the book Yunus Sengel and Bowles that can be referred. Besides this, S.M. Yahya can be used as a reference textbook. It does not need to be covered end to end, and wherever you are facing difficulty or you are facing new topics which have not been covered in Yunus Sengel and Bowles, you can refer Yahya for that. Besides this, the fluid mechanics portions are fairly basic, and any book on either engineering services examination or the Made Easy notes or any other class notes can be referred for the same. Besides this, Frank White is also a very good book for fluid mechanics, but I would not recommend for you to read that book cover to cover or end to end. Just refer the standard portions which have been asked in the civil services examination. Besides this, RAC or refrigeration and air conditioning can be covered either from CP Arora or from a web course on the same in NPTEL website. The next topic is steam engineering, which is quite broad and can be completed in detail from P.K. Nag. P.K. Nag's book on steam engineering covers the entire syllabus really well. If you are facing issues, if you need more numericals to solve for yourself, you can refer to the book called Applied Thermodynamics by Dr. R.K. Rajput as well. Next comes the topic of turbo machines. This topic can be covered very well, has been covered very well by Dr. S.K. Soam's lecture, the video based lectures in NPTEL, and which are there for free download for everyone. These lectures should be read first, followed by a reading of S. Ganeshan. Once you are done with these two sources, you would pretty much be able to solve all the questions on centrifugal or axial flow compressors, fans, turbines, etc. This is about the topics on turbo machinery. Now we come to the other topics of heat transfer, heat and mass transfer. Mass transfer is there in the forest service examination and not in the civil services examination. Heat transfer syllabus can be covered very well from Yunus Sengel and Bowles. Again, there is a separate book on heat transfer by Sengel and Bowles. You can refer that book. If you want to practice numericals, you can practice them from either the previous year questions or from the book by Dr. R.K. Rajput. So these are the topics on both the papers which need to be covered in extensive detail. Covering the entire syllabus is going to take time, and you will have to bear with it, you will have to keep patience, but you have to know that the rewards are also immense. Your score also in successive examination, in successive papers improves, because the questions are definitive in nature, they are more objective in nature, and with sufficient practice and with detailed preparation, you can expect to get a very good score, which can essentially define your selection in the civil services examination. Also, as far as writing the paper in the examination is concerned, presentation also matters a lot. You should try to derive the expressions wherever possible, or if a smaller question has been asked for greater marks. For example, a 15 or a 20 marker question deserves derivation of the principles involved. At the same time, try mentioning the principles involved and the assumptions that you have made in solving the paper. Diagram is obviously a must, is definitely required, and in fact wherever you can draw graphs, wherever you can draw PV diagrams, etc., TS diagrams, try to make them to increase your score in the examination. Also, your accuracy matters a lot, which essentially depends on how well you have revised your portions and how clear you are on the day of the examination. Thank you very much and all the very best. Thank you.